Hello, and welcome back to another Eduonics tutorial. In this section, we're going over photo correction in Photoshop, and in this video, we'll be going over the image processor. Trophies. Nobody cares how you got them, they just care that you have them. And everybody that doesn't like your trophies are probably just jealous that they don't have any of their own. As you can see, I have 5 trophies. Okay, maybe they're just pictures in Photoshop, but still. In this tutorial, I want to save all my trophies, or images, in Photoshop. But as you may have noticed, they are all completely different sizes. That's okay with me. I don't mind them having different dimensions, but I don't want them to exceed a certain width and height. Which means that in order to save these, I would have to go up to Image, Image Size, then define my new width and height, then go to File, Save As, then choose the folder I want, click Save, then adjust the quality before finally hitting OK to complete the process. And since I have 5 trophies, I would have to repeat this process 5 times. Thanks to the image processor, there is a faster way. I'll cancel this, then go up to File, Scripts, Image Processor. And what this does is open up my image processor window. Image Processor is a default script that comes with Photoshop, and it takes all the hassle out of saving images individually when you're ready to share them. Image Processor works in steps. Now the first step up here is select the images to process. Right now, it's set to have me select an outside folder to choose my images. You can see next to the box, there's text that reads, "No images have been selected." Well, I don't want to select an outside folder. I already have my images right here in Photoshop. So I'm going to select the first option, Use Open Images. And once that's selected, all the other options are grayed out because they no longer apply. Now I'm ready to move on to the next step. Select location to save processed images. So here I have to choose where it's going to save all my photos. Once again, I could go to Select Folder and save these anywhere on my computer. But I'm happy to keep them where they already are. So I'll click the Save in Same Location. I don't have to worry about overwriting my original files because Image Processor will put these new ones in a brand new folder next to my original images, keeping them nicely separated. The next step I have is File Type. Do I want to save these as JPEG, PSD, or TIFF files? How about all 3? Image Processor allows you to save multiple different files as multiple different file types. This is another major difference from using the Save As function, which normally will just let you save one file as one file type at once. I'm going to uncheck the TIFF and PSD file types. I want to keep it simple and just save these as JPEGs. Now remember, JPEGs are compressed file types, so I can choose just how much compression to use while saving them. I can use this quality option here to choose any number between 0 and 12. 12 would give me the highest quality, but since it's using less compression, the file size is going to be fairly high. Instead of setting this to 0 or 12, I'll set this to a happy medium around 8. Here's another option I was mentioning earlier, Resize to Fit. Now unlike the Image Size dialog box, which lets you determine the exact width and height of your image, Resize to Fit is an option to limit your width and height. So, if I don't want any of my images to be over 500 pixels wide, I can type 500 in the width box. and my image processor will scale the height proportionately to match the width according to each individual image. I don't think I want the height going over 500 pixels either, so I'll set that to 500 as well. Finally, my last option in the image processor is called Preferences. If I check this box called Run Action, it will allow me to apply any saved action in Photoshop to each of my images before they are saved. Beyond that, I also have copyright and profile options. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck Run Action and leave everything else unchanged. Now that I'm ready to save all 5 of my trophies, I'll go up to the top right and click Run. Now the image processor will apply all my options, saving my images one at a time in rapid succession. Okay, it looks like the image processor is done. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Photoshop to get a look at my files. So here are my 5 original images. When I select them one by one, you can see that they all have very high dimensions and file sizes. But right beside them is a folder called JPEG. I didn't make this folder. This must have been put here by the image processor. I'll open it, and lo and behold, there's my same 5 images. And if I select each one, you can see that the file sizes have been dramatically reduced, and neither the height nor the width exceed 500 pixels on any of them. So you can see that Image Processor can spare you a lot of time when it comes to saving images. This comes in handy when you have a lot of trophies to share. Okay, with perspective distortion, we learned that we can use the perspective crop tool, lens correction, and the adaptive wide-angle filter to correct the perspective and distortion of an image. We also went over how to use the liquify filter to push the pixels of our image around in minor or major ways. We learned about raw photo files and how to pull them into Camera Raw for color and contrast adjustment with a double raw conversion. And finally, we went over how to edit and save batches of images simultaneously with the image processor. That will do it for photo correction for now. I'll go over some special effects and techniques in the next section.